In this video, we're going to learn about calendars and schedules. So calendars are really nothing more than just a grouping of dates. So if I go over here, you can see calendars is on the left-hand side, and then we have new calendar. And when you create these calendars, you get a few different options. You get a date list calendar, you get a group calendar, and you get a recurring calendar. So let's take a look at some of these options. The date list calendar is just that. You could just keep entering lists of dates. So I could have one date here, I could add another date, and really that's all it is. It's just you keep adding dates that you want in this date list. And you give this name, either give this a name, call it new date list, and you pretty much save it, and that's it. Now, a group calendar allows you to create a start and an end date for the calendar. So let's say I want to start on April 30th and end on May 31st. And it also includes the capability to include from other calendars, so you can select other calendars that you've created, or exclude. So really the way that I see this being used most commonly is that you may create a start and end and then really give it some exclusions. So think of non-business days and holidays and things like that. So you might say, hey, I want this for the month, but I want to exclude weekends. So now you'll have a start and an end date, but you'll exclude weekends. And then there's the recurring calendar, where you still have a start and an end date, but you just give it a repeat time. You want it to repeat daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. So in this case, we're only doing a month, so let's just do weekly. So we'll say every 1 week, and we want it to repeat every day on the following days for every week. So those are the different kinds of calendars that you can have in here. So this creates those dates. And then if we go back here, we have something called schedules. So schedules consume the calendars, meaning that you've created those dates before, and now you can create a schedule that you'll want to use within your workflows. So this is what will actually allow you to trigger different workflows. So I'll give this a name. I'll call it really new, here we go, really new schedule. And now what I can do is I can pick one of those calendars that we've pre-created in the previous step, and I'll just say weekdays or something like that. And I want to start this at, I don't know, 2 a.m. every weekday. I want it to run one time, and I'll click submit. So now I have this really new schedule, but how do I use this schedule? Well, I can go into workflows, and I can either create a new one or assign it to an existing one. And what you'll see is you have something called triggers here. And we haven't talked about this, but if you add a trigger, I can give this a name. I'll call this the really new schedule, or the really new trigger. How about that? And I'll call it type schedule, and I'll select the really new schedule, and I'll say save. And what this will do is every time that particular schedule goes off, it will trigger this workflow. And I can associate this with various workflows to have them trigger at that particular schedule. So that's about it for schedules and calendars. And in the upcoming tutorials, we'll do something around events.